Hey, you amazing friends. It's Ed and Steph today. How you doing, Steph?
I'm good. How are you, Ed?
Oh, very good. It's a beautiful day in Sydney for a change. There's actually blue skies and sunlight. Isn't that incredible?
Yeah, I'm seeing that behind you, but when I look out the window, I've got big grey clouds over here, so I'm not sure what's going on.
Oh, there you go. Now, today, friends, if you just come in, please like, share, and comment. So good to have you with us. Connect with Steph and I. Steph ran a really successful business networking meetup yesterday in the city of Ryde. Congratulations. Tell us all about what happened yesterday.
Thanks, Ed. So it was a new location, so it did feel like we're starting again, but it was great. The West Ryde Hotel were fantastic. They were very helpful, and everyone came. Pretty much just before it started. So it was great. We had just under 30 people, and yeah, it was good to see new faces and familiar faces, and everyone had a great time. Just, networking, having a meal together and then, back to the grind, I guess. So
Yeah, yeah. Now I'm going to ask you a few questions that are obvious to you, but a lot of our viewers ask me this about running meetups, right?
mhm.
So, all right. So, question number one: why are you running a business networking meetup? What do you get out of it, and how does it actually help people?
Okay, so there is nothing really in the daytime here in my area, and sometimes being a mum is hard to, make morning or evening. So I just wanted to start something that's, yes, in the middle of the day. However, we've all got to stop to eat. So why not, hit two birds with one stone and, network while we, enjoy a meal together?
Oh, brilliant! So, in other words, it's an opportunity. So, you've created your own networking event because there's nothing like it in your area that will actually look after you.
Exactly. Exactly. So
Yeah,
sometimes you gotta take things into your own hands and give it a go, like you got
yeah.
nothing to lose.
Yeah, yeah. And do you charge for it? Do you charge people to come? How does the money side of things work?
No, so it's free. My only request is we purchase lunch and a beverage from the hotel in order to support, the business, and that's really it. It's really up to you what you want to get out of it. I mean, we had all sorts of different service-based businesses and some product-based businesses as well. So we had a really good mix of business owners there. But again, it's just about supporting the local hotel and connecting with like-minded people in business.
Yeah. So on that note, then, so if you're not charging for it, right? The obvious
Yeah.
question is, then why are you doing it? How do you? What's the benefit? So you're not charging to run this networking event. It's a great event. And devil's advocate, why aren't you charging for it? Like, what do you get out of it by not charging?
Well, it's really about, helping other business owners connect and come together, because I'm not the only one, as you can see, and as you were there, Ed, that, business owners want to go to networking during the day. And,
Yeah.
as much as you think it might be just you, it's not just you. There are so many business owners that prefer to network in the day rather than early morning or in the evening. So that's what I get out of it. I bring people together, I build connections, and it's really about just enjoying a meal together with some strangers who could become a lot more than that down the track if you invest the time and the effort to do so.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's very smart because at the end of the day, it's costing you no money to run it, and it's giving you an opportunity to connect with so many new people and build your personal brand and business. So I think it's very smart, Steph.
Absolutely. And I think it's a continuation of building my personal brand, Ed. I've started that process. So now we're just taking it next level. So yeah.
Mhm. I love it. So it's interesting actually because obviously I'm being devil's advocate here. It's I've found over the years that by running free events, you do so A, it doesn't cost you any money, right? Because you get venues to look after you, right? Novotels, West Ryde Hotel, and all that. The thing I found amazing about it is it costs no money, but it gives you an opportunity to build your personal brand. Plus, you get to connect with all these people. Like to me, running your own meetup is the top way of building really good face-to-face relationships with people.
And that's what it's about, Ed. I think, we build face-to-face relationships a lot quicker than over Zoom or, over a screen. So why not bring people together? Because you don't know what sort of, how they might fit into, your business picture down the track. And networking is one of the foundations that I speak to as a business manager and mentor. So it's really important to be networking with, other business owners.
Now, I remember, I can say this because no disrespect to you because I've been in this position. You were terrified before you ran your first meetup. So was I. Like, it happens to everyone, right? So no dissing you. I'm just saying what happens to all of us. And you were rightfully terrified, like I was. How did you get over that fear and really deliver and do a great job, which you did?
I think at the end of the day, Ed, I got out of my own head and I thought, if I'm one person that wants to, network during the day, there are surely other people in populated Sydney that want to network during the day as well.
30 of
And
them. There's at least 30 of them.
exactly. There's at least 30 of them.
At least 30 of them. Yeah.
Exactly, and it's like you sometimes got to get out of your own way. And I said to myself, look, even if I get 10 people there for the first one, I would have been happy, but we ended up having close to 30. Everyone had a great time. And I think it's this fear that we create in our own heads. It's not external telling you, it's this fear. It's that voice within your head saying that who knows if anyone wants to come, who knows if anyone wants to network, in the middle of the day. But, the reality is there are a lot of people out there that want to do that. Like I was just speaking to another business owner this morning and I told her about my meetup and she's like, yeah, I'm coming to the next one. So I'm like, fantastic. I'd love to have you there, to bring business owners together.
Yeah. It's kind of funny now. Obviously, I'm not naming and shaming here, but so we've done 2 of your meetups. The first one was at a particular venue look, I'm not going to name them because we're not like that, but I am going to call out the problem, right? And it was interesting because the first venue, like at the end of the day, you're bringing the venue a lot of money. Everyone's coming there. People spend at least $30 each. So they're making they would have made almost $1,000 of revenue out of you, right? At West Ryde Hotel, who are awesome. But I remember the first venue, they were nuts. Everyone was there spending money. And then they said, you're not welcome back unless you buy a big conference package with us. Again, I'm not naming the venue because we're not here to do that. But yeah, what do you think of the Verse venue? Because I think they're a bunch of uncommercial idiots that don't appreciate business.
I think I agree with you, Ed, and it really comes back to customer service. If I'm bringing you business and you're going to treat me like that, it's it's a no-brainer. It's not going to happen again. And that's what I said. I very politely at the very end of the conversation, because I had a few conversations afterwards, and I said, "That's absolutely fine. I will take my business elsewhere."
Yeah.
And it ended on that note.
Yeah. Sorry,
The
please.
last thing, because when I was running the event as well, Ed, I had, the staff coming up and saying, "Oh, why are you pulling more tables up?" and all of this sort of thing. And it's like, that's the last thing I want to be hearing when I'm trying to run an event. My head's in the zone and I've got the venue saying the complete opposite. So yesterday, West Ryde rolled out the red carpet. We're happy to accommodate, happy to help and do all of that. And that's the sort of thing you want from a venue. You don't want them going against you when you're bringing them business.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought it was nuts, actually. Like I've been telling a lot of people this story, right? Because interestingly, with the first venue, I've always hated them, right? And that's it's a public fact. I've hated them. And when they did to you what they did, I was shocked but not surprised, right? That was my reaction, right? It's like, I am shocked they've done it, but I'm not surprised they're a bunch of idiots. And I just find it amazing because, okay, so on average, you bring in at least $1,000 worth of revenue, right? I would say at least $1,000 worth of revenue, right? 30 people by 30, just say, let's say $900, right? Let's say $800 for argument's sake, right? You're doing 12 events a year for $800 every time, right, of revenue. So my brain, what's 12 times 8, Steph? My mathematics is awful. 12 times 8.
So 800, 96, yeah, $960, yeah.
Yeah. So, no, 9.6 thousand, hang on, no, 9.6 thousand. And it's $800 times 12,
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
So it'll
sorry.
be
Yes, yes,
yeah,
yes.
9.6 thousand. So $9,600, right? So almost $10,000, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
basically, the other venue told you. So in other words, every year you'd bring 10 grand of revenue. The other venue told you to go and F yourself. And where these guys were like, oh my God, thank you. And they even said, oh, next time lunches, we'll pay for your lunch. Don't worry. So to me, it's one of the reasons why I love Novotel Darling Harbour. I went in there today for lunch and coffee. They gave it to me on the house because they know I'm in tomorrow bringing them business. So I just, to this day, and I've been doing this for a long time, I find it bizarre how you get venues just run by complete morons that just don't understand money. Like to this day, it's just, I just find this nuts, Steph. I just don't know how to resolve it in my mind.
Well, I think they make that decision, right? At the end of the day, because I did say to them, this will be a repeat event. This is not a one-off event. And
Yeah,
if they don't want to cater to that, then that's going to be their loss at the end of the
yeah,
day, Ed. And so,
yeah,
and another venue's win, right? And that's essentially what happened. And I'm
yeah,
fine with that. I'm absolutely fine with that. We can't
yeah,
change other people's minds, even though logically speaking, it is, beneficial to them, not to me. And they
yeah.
don't, so take my business elsewhere. That's fine,
There you go.
So
There you go. Yeah. So that sounds good. So you're doing this. So every month, first Wednesday of the month, you're running your business networking meetup, and I got
yeah.
to say it's really good because it's your second meetup. You've already got about 30 people, and you've had a lot of repeat visitors already.
Yes, yes, which is great. It's great to have. And I know a few people wanted to make it yesterday but were sick. So hopefully next month we'll have a bigger turnout. That's my aim. I'd like to get to 50.
No, I don't think you'll have any problem with that. And on that note, Janine Lopez, she's busy with a client now, but Janine Lopez, one of our friends,
Mhm.
she's running her business networking meetup next Wednesday at Manly Pacific. Are you looking forward to that one?
Absolutely. And I'm looking forward to supporting Janine in any, support that she needs in, running her meetup, because I know how terrified I was the first time running my meetup. So, if I can help, in any shape or form, I will be there for her. So, yeah.
Uh, so now pump for that one. And interestingly, we've got our own meetup tomorrow. We're at Novotel Darling Harbour. Um, even though the sun's out now, it's probably going to rain lots tomorrow. So hopefully, now we had about 180, I think, came last time. It was huge last time. So hopefully we'll get at least 10 people tomorrow. There we go. At least 10 people.
I think people come out regardless. I think it might take some effort if it's raining, but people do come out in Sydney, so I don't think you should be worried, Ed.
It's funny actually because years ago I remember weather used to really impact people. Now I know people just don't care anymore. Like I remember our last meetup, it was literally raining cats and dogs, and everyone still came out. So I love us Sydney siders. We don't care about weather anymore.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. Things have to keep going. So, you might need to put some music on, motivate yourself, and then head out the door. But rain, hail, or shine, these things are going to happen, and you got to
There
think
you
of you're doing it for your business. So,
There you go. So now I just want to say, great job, Steph. And
yeah.
interestingly as well, and again, I am protecting identities here to be diplomatic. You're involved in another women's network that tragically went belly up due to some mistakes they made, not your fault. And quite a few of them came to your meetup yesterday. That must have felt like redemptive justice. How did that feel?
I think it felt great because it showed the connections I've been building with these women are genuine, and they just want to be there because they want to network too, and they know me and they see me online, and and I think that's the value of building connections, because you don't know who's going to be there for you, Ed, at the end of the day, you know, through all sorts of tides in your business. So I think that's a real, to me, that was like that confirmation that, I did something right by, hosting last year. And now I've made some amazing connections from that community who are now coming to my networking event. So that's a major win for me.
There you go. And to the people who've criticised you over the years and put you down and said bad racist things about you, what would you like to say to them now, Steph?
Nothing really. I'm running my own race, Ed. I worry about me. I worry about me doing better, and you know whoever wants to doubt me, it is what it is. People do that, right? And they do it to you, and
Yeah,
they do it to everyone. We've got to be,
yeah,
confident within ourselves that we've got this.
exactly. So to all the people that doubted Steph, I invite you to take a long walk off a short pier. Can I say that?
You can if you like it.
I'm trying to be toxic, but not, but keep my LinkedIn account intact. So if I wasn't on LinkedIn Live, I'd say much more brutal, toxic stuff to you than that. So there we go. Hang on, I'm not meant to be toxic. Hang on, I'm meant to be. Hang on, I broke character. I'm putting on this good old Christian act, so I better get back into character. There you go. So every now and then my mask slips off. You see my dick side coming through. Yeah, but thank you, Steph. I was going to say, you're an inspiration, Steph. In all
Thank
honesty,
you.
so glad seeing you win like this. We've got to finish up now. And to our fans and viewers around the world, please like, share, comment, connect with Steph. Thank you for supporting us, Steph. If they love to hear your closing thoughts, and then we can sign off.
Okay. Um, don't be afraid to network, even if it's your first time or your 100th time and you haven't had a great experience with it. Keep going to them, because when you find the right places to be in, it will feel right, and that's all that matters. Thanks, Ed.
Okay, well said, friends. Thank you for watching. Stay awesome. Appreciate you, Steph. Love your work, all.